The month of October could be the most important month if you are looking to attend DragonCon in 2026. And that's because not only are we going to have 2 different hotel Hunger Games, a lot of the overflow hotels are also going to go on sale this month. Before I get into it, please subscribe for all things DragonCon. I can't believe I actually passed 500 subscribers. Thank you to every single person who's here, and I would love to get to 1,000 by the time DragonCon 2026 rolls around. Welcome to another episode of How to DragonCon. My name is Kong. I will be your guide. And as I said many times in the past, the hardest thing about going to DragonCon, especially if you're a first timer, is getting a hotel that is near the con itself. And hopefully you're seeing this video in the first week of October, because this week we're going to have the first of the hotel Hunger Games, the appropriately named hotel drops, because it is a mad dash from everyone trying to get the few hotels that have not gone to Legacy. More on that in a second, but directly from DragonCon official themselves, mark these dates on your calendar. First, we have October 8th, where the Marriott Marquis will go on sale. It is the preferred hotel for a lot of attendees, so it's going to be the hardest one to get. A week after that, on October 15th, a lot of the overflows will release their DragonCon blocks as well. Just as a note, some hotels have started to release their blocks, but it will not be at the official con rate, so this is going to be pretty expensive if you try to book it right now. And last but not least, at the end of the month, on October 28th, the Westin will have their Hotel Hunger Games as well. Now let's back up a little bit. What about the other host hotels? Why aren't I going over those? Well, it's because they're fully Legacy and you have no shot. So the Hilton and the Hyatt are full Legacy, meaning that they only release the DragonCon blocks to people who have previously had rooms for years and years, and they will not release it to the general public or to anyone new. As for the Cortland Grand, they actually send out a link to their returning attendees, but those links tend to go online pretty quickly, and that has actually already happened in the month of September, so you're probably not going to get one in the Cortland Grand either. Unless once in a while, I will say keep an eye on the link, which I will have below. Try it at random points throughout the year. Maybe people cancel rooms. You just happen to pull it up at the right time and nab a room. All right, as for what to expect, I'm going to steer you towards 2 resources that you absolutely need to bookmark and check on. The first one is the DragonCon Rooms group. That has been around the longest. I think the most amount of people are on there. It is a private group where they basically just have a handful of major threads, each thread dedicated to a host hotel room, a classified section, and the overflow hotels. So any type of breaking news, updates, strategy, comments from people who are going through it, that's where you want to be looking. That's where you want to get very familiar with so that you have the best chance going into the hotel room drops. The other one's kind of similar. It's called the DragonCon Hotel Connection. I'm going to have the link to both of those in the description below. And then we're going to take a look at their guide on how to actually give yourself the best chance at being successful at the Hunger Games. Before we dive in, I do want to let you know that from someone who's been going a while, and I've stayed at a lot of these hotels at some point or another, whether it's for DragonCon or other events around town. For you newcomers and first timers, the best hotel that you should be going after is the one that you can get. Like, don't be too picky. So many people struggle for years and years and never score anything even in the area. So whatever you grab is the best one. Don't sweat the small details, okay? All right, as for the Reddit thread, which again, I'll have linked below, this is what I'm basically reading off from. It's a guide to the Hunger Games 101. And just to let you know how hard it is, I've tried for the Marriott one the last few years to get it for friends, and I've been unsuccessful, so keep that in mind. What you want to do, of course, is you do want to make a Marriott loyalty account, just have everything set up and ready to go. You want to have your credit card loaded in there. You want to be logged in, have your password refreshed, everything. And then ideally, you can take some time away from work or time out of your day on the days that these are happening. Most of them are going to happen at the 10 a.m. drop time, so you want to be ready a little bit before then, so even 30-15 minutes bare minimum. You want to scour the official DragonCon page as well as the groups that I've named. They're going to have the links below. You're going to need to go to this one specific link to make the booking. And what they recommend is actually have it pulled up on multiple tabs, have multiple people try it for your group if you're able to do that. Because sometimes it's all just a crapshoot and a matter of who gets in. They do have a digital queue, and the number that you get in that queue is pretty random. And then maybe 5 minutes before, a few minutes before 10 o'clock, you may even want to call in. And again, look at the different groups for the right number to call in. It's not necessarily the hotel itself. It may be a 1-800 number. And then as 10 o'clock hits, hopefully you've called at the right time and the agent can help you find the room at the DragonCon block. Again, specify to them it is for a convention group rate, not the regular rate. Meanwhile, you're going to be refreshing every few seconds to make sure that your queue is actually updated and you have your best chance at actually making the booking. And if you don't happen to get in right away in the first few minutes, don't stress. There are different waves that have been released in the past, so maybe every 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever the case. But if you haven't gotten it and it's been like an hour, it's probably sold out. Again, keep an eye on the Facebook groups for real-time comments from people who are telling you that they've got it or that they are starting to see a sold out sign. Hopefully that helps you and you will be a little bit more prepared to go into the Hunger Games. Again, don't stress too much if you don't get it. It is thousands and thousands of people trying for just a few hundred rooms, so your odds are not very good, but may they be in your favor.